more pressure. That's the thing that I don't like the other is they use chemical for color.
Yeah.
Because I've got asthma, so it's not bad for my throat. It triggers my asthma. So it's still longer. And it wasn't that good.
The first check-in is kind of given away to a very surprised and very quite pleased as they did town hall on Saturday. Sunday, Tuesday or master fireworks. Is what he's doing moving?
The answer to the is it depends. Depends on state law. Different state laws elections are controlled by state law, generally speaking. So that'll get litigated out or always has to stop it. But what you need to understand about Boston is that it's a stunt. It's a stunt to the point. Trump's strategy in the closing days is to try to pump up his core voters as much as possible and maximize his chances for winning in the states. How do you do that? One way to do that is within rising distributions. You'll say because we're actually still voting, they work either way. If it comes up for now, it's good. If it doesn't come up for now, then they can claim they're being suppressed.
So, how unusual is it to have a billionaire like Elon Musk, a big business before the government taking contracts like SpaceX and others, doing something like this so publicly?
Well, I'm not sure if everything's done before it's off the table, but the practice of handing out hundreds of votes here back in the beginning of our republic is quite realistic. So, what usually is on voting from us, so there's no direct voting, and some people will delve into this to try to figure it out. But fundamentally, it allows them to say either way, either the top of turnout response front, or on the other hand, we've been suppressed. Usually the suppression activity gets leveled on Republicans by Democrats, so this would be like a kind of a two on the other foot sort of thing. But either way, it excites interest, and that's really what they're looking for as far as that.
And presumably, if there is legal action over this, and all of that will be concluded long after November 5th.
Well, you think so, yeah. I mean, there's a possibility somewhere that there's an injunction or something to stop the practice immediately. But generally speaking, I think this will continue to survive. Months later, the worst thing that happens is Musk face some sort of a relatively
lawsuit in English legal history will kick off on Monday as mining company BHP faces a multi-billion-pound claim brought on behalf of about £620 for those victims of one of Brazil's worst environmental disasters. It comes 9 years after a dam that held waste materials burst at the Iron Ore mine near the town of Mariana, near 90 people. Business said they're employing a new chief executive to succeed Bob Iger in early 2026. This is later than many incumbents had expected. Mr. Iger came out of retirement in late 2022 to retake control of Disney after the board fired his candidate successor. During his 15-year stint as Disney's chief executive, Mr. Iger delayed his retirement 4 times. Well, before we go, let's take a quick look at the market. We can see here what is happening in Europe, mostly in the red there. European stocks lower as investors really awaiting key earnings results. The shares fell 16%. If you look at Asian markets, they were mixed. That's as people assess the and finally, in the US, as I mentioned, stocks have opened lower. This is ahead of what is going to be a very packed earnings season. Of course, a lot of attention has been mentioned ongoing because that company has its tentative deal with workers. All of that will come ahead on Wednesday when its earnings come. That's it from us here Tuesday with us from BBC News. Goodbye.
can start with what's happening when it comes to climate change.
We have more access. This is going to appeal to more people than just Bill Gates.
And that's really the nut of this. The hard part comes next.
That with the Canada policy.
It was the first time we've done this in modern history.
And we're going to say unprecedented a lot.
The news is those words without the context.
And this is the context.
Centre, I'm Jane Dibble. More than 100 professional women's footballers have signed an open letter asking FIFA to drop the Saudi oil giant Aramco as a sponsor, describing it as a punch in the stomach to the sport. Earlier this year, FIFA announced a partnership with Saudi Arabia's state-owned firm that would give the company sponsorship rights to the Men's World Cup in 2026 and the Women's World Cup the following year. Players from 24 different countries have written to FIFA asking them to reconsider the deal on humanitarian and environmental grounds. Manchester City striker Vivian Miedema is one of the signatories.
We've got a company that want to sponsor the next World Cup that doesn't even necessarily stand for the women's right within their own country. And I think besides that, obviously, FIFA's got its own human rights and climate policies, and also when it comes to the climate, I don't think Aramco is set an example by how we should move forward in the world.
The England men's white ball captain Joss Butler has been ruled out of the three-match one-day international series in the West Indies as he continues to recover from a hamstring injury. The injuries kept him out since the T20 World Cup in June, and he also missed the 100 and the series in Australia. In his absence for the three ODIs in the Windies, Liam Livingstone will captain England. Butler joins up with the squad for the T20s in the Caribbean that follow. The series against the West Indies begins next Thursday. Let's take it to America now, where the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the New York Mets 10 points to 5 to join the New York Yankees in the World Series. Tommy Edman and Will Smith both hit two-run home runs for a 4-2 victory in the National League Series final. The Yankees won 5-2 in their best-of-7 American League Championship Series final on Saturday for their first appearance in a World Series since 2009.
It's the place I've dreamt of playing all my life, and to be able to finally come to the stage and be able to play and hopefully win it is my next goal. The Yankees are a really good team with a lot of good players and really good coaches. I'm looking forward to playing against them.
Staying in the States, the New York Liberty won a first WNBA title with a dramatic 67 points to 62 overtime victory against Minnesota Lynx. It was New York's Brianna Stewart who converted 2 free throws to level the game with just 5.2 seconds remaining at the end of regulation time. John Earl Jones top scored with 17 points for the Liberty as they won the Game 5 decider in Brooklyn to take the series 3-2.
Finger length, sorry.
I've been manifesting this moment for a while, and there's no feeling like it. you know, this game and credit to Minnesota, they gave us a tough series. And the fans have been amazing everywhere we've gone. But to be able to bring a championship to New York, first ever in franchise history, it's an incredible feeling. And I literally can't wait to continue to celebrate with the city because I know it's gonna like be bonkers.
Finally, the Kansas City Chiefs are the only undefeated team left in the NFL after winning their Super Bowl rematch with the San Francisco 49ers to go to 6-0. That is 6 wins from 6 for the Chiefs, with Kevin Hunt rushing for 2 touchdowns in the first half. Minnesota Vikings lost their unbeaten run against Washington. More details on all of those stories on the BBC Sport website, but that's all the sport from Wednesday. Jane, thank you very much. Rathlin is a small island off the north coast of Northern Ireland with a population of just 150 people, and famous for its huge seabird colonies. However, many of those birds are under attack from non-native ferrets and rats on the island, with a single ferret found to have killed at least 27 puffins. A new project is seeking to protect the birds by eradicating the predators. Our island correspondent Sarah Durkin sent this from Rathlin.
Rathlin Island is a haven for wildlife. Every year, thousands of seabirds breed here, but attacks by ferrets and rats are putting them at risk, and work is now underway to eradicate them.
Ridding an entire island of rats and ferrets makes them like a tall order, but on Rathlin, they have a secret weapon.
And here he is, Nick Dooley. He's not looking to find rats and ferrets, but rather their droppings. It's hoped that in time, he'll be able to prove they've gone from the islands.
Woody's a big proof. He works for us as a detection dog. When he works, he's really focused and works really well. But when he's off work, he's a bit young now, 2 years old. He's full of beans, jumping around.
While it's Woody's nose that is so invaluable to this project, his eyes are wide after too. He wears goggles to protect them from blankets and business. Following the capture and destruction of 98 ferrets, there hasn't been a confirmed sighting on Rathlin for months, but the island won't be able to declare itself ferret-free until next year. The animals were introduced by a farmer in the 1980s to help control the rabbit population, but they soon started breeding and turned their attention to the seabirds. Liam has seen firsthand just how much damage they can do.
It's a bit of a fox and chicken race. You just want to play the thing. Some play for it, one for it, tries to get down on that bank. And, you know, slowly drops it back.
They don't often know it's believed that rats will take the bait back to their burrows where they will ingest it and die.
The ferret eradication is a global first. Rat eradication is happening. There's been almost 500 recorded cases of rat eradication. There's definitely achievable. That doesn't say it's not an almighty task. It is a major handle that we're taking on.
Rathlin Island is home to around 150 people, and many of them are looking forward to being rat and ferret free.
What about people who would say, look, it's just nature and rats and ferrets are concerned to look like any other creature?
So because we live on an island, we can see how things are affected really quickly. We know that by getting rid of the ferrets and the rats, we will help the local, ground nesting birds. The fact it's so tough with climate change and bird flu and everything else that's happening out there. So by getting rid of one of the pressures, it means that they'll be able to build up their numbers here.
In an ever-changing world, Rathlin seabirds are struggling. It's hoped that by removing their predators, they'll be able to fly here and living near their system. Sarah Durkin, BBC News, from Rathlin Island.
New drivers aged under 21 in the UK should be banned from carrying passengers of a similar age for 6 months after passing their test. That's according to the motoring organisation, the AA, which also wants young drivers to be handed 6 penalty points for not wearing a seatbelt. Our reporter Steve Mears has more on that.
Last year, 290 people were killed and nearly 5,000 seriously injured in crashes in Britain involving drivers under 25. An inquest last week into the deaths of 4 teenagers in Wales heard that it could have been avoided. Police said the 18-year-old driver took a sharp bend too fast. The car flipped onto its roof and ended up in a She wants new young drivers to have at least 6 months of lessons before taking the test and some restrictions on carrying passengers once they pass.
For 17 to 19-year-olds who are able to take passengers aged 25 and under for the first 6 months unless they're accompanied by an older adult. There will be exemptions for young parents, there will be exemptions for carers and people with disabilities, etc.
Graduated licences aren't used in other countries, including Northern Ireland, where new drivers display an R plate for a year and have to drive under 45 miles an hour. But now the AA